those who negate from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala His attributes, and they say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not ascend over His throne, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not speak with a voice, or that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not descend to the lowest heaven. What they're doing by negating the attributes of Allah is that they are performing a nullification as a consequence of them performing tashbih to begin with. Because why are they saying that Allah does not ascend, and Allah does not descend, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not speak, and Allah will not roll up the seven heavens in His hand Yawm al-Qiyamah? Why do they deny all of this? They deny all of this because they say these are attributes that the creation has. The creation ascends, the creation descends, the creation speaks, and the creation rolls up. So how can you claim that the creation has hands, rather? So they say, how can you now describe Allah with this? So what have they done? They've made tashbih. They've likened Allah to the creation, or they've likened these attributes of Allah to the creation, and then they've raced towards negating from Allah His attributes. So their actual negation is a consequence of them performing tashbih in the first place, of them performing resemblance to the creation in the first place. That's why they perform ta'til. Ahle-sunnah from the outset don't perform tashbih. Ahle-sunnah wal jama'ah from the outset don't resemble the creation to the creator. Don't resemble. Why? Because they know the statement of Allah, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There is nothing like Allah. So they already know that. So therefore, any time they hear any of the attributes of Allah, automatically Ahl-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they say, well, the attributes of Allah here are not resemblant to the attributes of the creation. Why? Because Allah has already told us that there is nothing like unto Him. And do you know for Allah an equal or a co-equal? And of course you don't. There is no equivalent. And there is no equal to Allah. And there is no resemblance to Allah. So Ahl-Sunnah already know that. That's their foundation that they work from. So therefore, any attribute that they hear, the speech, the hearing, the ascent or the descent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ascending and the descending of Allah, or the coming of Allah Yawm al-Qiyamah, the maji of Allah, then all of this they affirm. Why? Because in their mind there is no resemblance to the creation anyway, except that which shaitan plants into the hearts. And Ahl-Sunnah, of course, that they repel those. And as for the Jahmiyyah and the Mu'tazila and the Ashari, all of these sects that are present today, then all of them, that when they hear the attributes of Allah, what do? They resemble them to the creation. So they say, no, it's not possible. Why? Because the first thing they do is resemble. Then they flee from resembling by falling into ta'til and negating. So this is why we say that the Jahmiyyah and the Mu'tazila and the Ashari, they are the Mujassima, they are the Mushabbiha, they are the Mumathila. They are the ones who perform resemblance. They are the ones who liken Allah to the creation. And then they flee from that. How do they flee from it? By outright denial of that which Allah has affirmed for Himself.